Welcome to Comparative VPN YouTube channel. Today's video will be a full, in-depth ExpressVPN versus PIA VPN comparison that will tell you which is a better VPN for the money. If you're thinking about buying a premium VPN, yet you don't know which one to buy, you might have ExpressVPN and Private Internet Access on your wish list. But these are two drastically different VPNs, especially when it comes to pricing, speeds, website unblocking capabilities, and other important factors. ExpressVPN is for many, including me, the best VPN you can currently get, so right off the bat, you can guess the outcome of this duel. However, you might be interested in how well PIA VPN stacks against ExpressVPN, and if you should actually buy it because of its extremely cheap price, instead of going for ExpressVPN, which is a more expensive option. And this is a legitimately good question. Today, I'm gonna compare every factor of a VPN service to determine which VPN is better out of the two. Now please, like this video, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to stay notified whenever we publish a new useful video like this one. Okay, so let this ExpressVPN versus PIA VPN battle commence. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is applications and ease of use. PIA VPN supports the platforms you see on the screen, but you will notice that routers, smart TVs, Fire Stick TV and gaming consoles aren't on the list. That can be found in ExpressVPN, which supports absolutely every platform you can think of. These include even Apple TV, Fire Stick TV, Chromecast, routers, PlayStation/Xbox, etc. While ExpressVPN gives you 5 simultaneous connections in a single subscription, Private Internet Access gives you 10. So, while ExpressVPN has better app support, PIA VPN wins in terms of simultaneous connections. Props to that. But what about ease of use? Honestly, I found ExpressVPN much easier to use than PIA VPN, and the application looks better in my eyes. Connecting to the server of your choice is easy as well. In ExpressVPN, you open a server list by clicking here, double-click on the location you want, and you quickly establish a connection to the VPN server in that country. In PIA, you click here to open the server list, click once on the location you want, and then use the connection button to establish a connection to the server located in that particular country. I like that ExpressVPN offers a fairly simple settings menu. You can find pretty much all the important features in 3 menus: General, Protocol and Advanced. In PIA VPN we have as much as 10 menus, each of them containing a plethora of features, but that also makes it a bit more complicated to use when compared to ExpressVPN. I will talk about all these features in the next session of my ExpressVPN versus Private Internet Access comparison. For now, I need to declare the winner of this part. That is ExpressVPN. Despite offering fewer simultaneous connections, it has much better device support and easier to use applications on all devices, which is more than enough to snatch a win in this comparison. In this PIA versus ExpressVPN duel, I also must talk about security. This is really important for a VPN service, and thankfully both VPNs didn't fail to deliver in this regard. Of course, some security features are shared between the two VPNs. They both use 256-bit AES encryption, a kill switch, split tunneling, IPv6 and DNS leak protection, and even similar VPN protocols. Let's start with ExpressVPN. The first feature not located in the app is called Trusted Server Technology. Basically, ExpressVPN stores only a minimal amount of information on their servers that are run on RAM or random access memory. RAM works in a way that it needs electrical power to store data, but when that power is cut off, every bit of information is deleted, thus collected information simply disappears when a server shuts down. This is crucial for preserving your online privacy. Now, in the app, I like that ExpressVPN offers a customizable kill switch called Network Lock. You can even exclude certain devices like printers or file servers, and they won't be affected by this setting. So, when the VPN connection is lost, your printer or file server will still have access to the internet if you want so, but your computer, for example, will be cut out to prevent potential IP and DNS address leaks. The highlight of ExpressVPN is the choice of VPN protocols. There's OpenVPN, IKEv2, L2TP/IPsec, and finally Lightway. This is a VPN protocol based on WireGuard that PIA VPN also has, but with severe security and privacy improvements, and of course a substantial performance boost. Moving on to Private Internet Access, as I said, it has WireGuard, which is not better than Lightway made by ExpressVPN. What is better is this PIA Maze feature that acts as an ad blocker that ExpressVPN doesn't have. I also like this multi-hop addition that lets you route your traffic through multiple VPN servers, which results in a double layer of encryption. As I said, every other feature that ExpressVPN has is also here, with a few additional settings like proxy, dedicated IP address, and a few others. On the flip side, ExpressVPN has a speed test tool in the application, which PIA doesn't have, so you can use it to test all the servers for speeds and connect to the fastest one. This has nothing to do with security, but I just wanted to mention it. When it comes to logging practices, I found both VPNs to deliver on their promises. As of recently, ExpressVPN and PIA VPN are under the same parent company, Cape Technologies. This isn't the most respectable company in the VPN world, but apart from a few incidents in the past, Cape Technologies moved on and now does its best to make these VPNs as secure as possible. What's more, ExpressVPN has a security audit from PricewaterhouseCoopers on its security features and a no-logging policy. This means that it won't store any logs with your personal info, browsing history, IP address, DNS requests, and so forth. Private Internet Access also has a zero logs policy. Unfortunately, external certification is not here, but the VPN proved its no-logging practices several times when the authorities tried to extract some of the user's information, only to come out empty-handed. But if you check the Wikipedia page of ExpressVPN, this VPN actually did the same regarding the case of assassination of Andrei Karlov, where the authorities found nothing on ExpressVPN servers that could lead them to the suspect. The thing that lowered the score for PIA VPN is the jurisdiction. It's based in the United States, a country from the Five Eyes, with the highest degree of government surveillance that doesn't exactly scream privacy. On the flip side, ExpressVPN is based in the British Virgin Islands, a very privacy-friendly jurisdiction with no surveillance and censorship laws, which allows ExpressVPN to maintain its no-logging policy without the authorities interfering. Having in mind that both VPNs offer a no-logging policy and both of them are secure, who is the winner here? Well, ExpressVPN is the one that's going to win because of more advanced security features such as Lightway, as well as an officially audited no-logging policy that PIA VPN doesn't have. So it's 2-0 for ExpressVPN so far. In this part of the ExpressVPN versus PIA VPN comparison, I must perform a series of streaming tests to determine which VPN is a better choice for unblocking geo-restricted streaming platforms. For this test, I will use Netflix US and BBC iPlayer. Since I'm not from the US, as you can clearly hear, I searched for the movie Batman: The Killing Joke on Netflix, which of course I cannot find because the movie is available exclusively in the United States. If I move on to BBC iPlayer and I try to watch anything, for example this show, I will also get a geo-restriction message because I'm not located in the UK, and of course I cannot watch anything on BBC iPlayer. Let's try to unblock Netflix US first by using ExpressVPN. As you can see, I already established a connection to the VPN server in the US and I have a US IP address. So let's refresh the page and see if I can find the movie. And after refreshing the page, as you can see, the movie is right here, which means that Netflix US works. But let's try to watch it now. And as expected, the movie really works, but I'm blurring the footage to prevent any copyright issues. Moving on to BBC iPlayer, and I already have a UK IP address, so of course let me refresh the page and see what happens. After doing that, as you can see, the geo-restrictions message is not here anymore, which means that BBC iPlayer works. But of course, let me try to watch the show. And as you can see, the show really works flawlessly, but as I said, I'm blurring the footage to prevent any copyright claims. Okay, so I'm back to my native IP address and I will repeat the same process with Private Internet Access. I'm first connected to the VPN server in the United States, so let's see if I can unblock Netflix US by refreshing the page. After doing that, as you can see, the movie appears right here, so let's try to watch it. And sadly, as you can see, I get a famous proxy error message, which means that Netflix actually detected that I'm using a VPN, so it prevents me from watching the movie. Being connected to the UK server with Private Internet Access, I will refresh the page on BBC iPlayer and see if it works. And sadly, this time Private Internet Access doesn't work with BBC iPlayer, so I still cannot watch this show despite me having a UK IP address. After the streaming test is done, it's easy to conclude that ExpressVPN is a better performer. It successfully unblocks Netflix US and BBC iPlayer, while PIA VPN failed at unblocking both platforms, so it's 3-0 for ExpressVPN. Let's now perform a couple of speed tests to see how fast ExpressVPN and PIA VPN are. I will start off this test by showing you my native internet speeds that you can see on the screen. For the first speed test, I will use the server location which is very close to me, and that's Bulgaria. And then I will use the US server, which is of course very far from my location, just to see how well these VPNs perform when connecting to long distance servers. Let me begin with ExpressVPN. As you can see, I already have a Bulgarian IP address, so I will revisit the speed test website and initiate the first speed test for today. As expected from ExpressVPN, the speed reduction is minimal, with only a slight increase in latency. Very impressive results. While using the VPN server in the United States, I will go back to the speed test website and of course initiate the speed test. Of course, the speed reduction is more noticeable, but when compared to other premium VPNs, it's very slight and won't impact your online experience that much. I will now move on to PIA VPN and connect to the VPN server in Bulgaria. After that, of course, I will go back to the speed test website and initiate the first speed test with this VPN. You can also see that PIA VPN offers very good performance for the price. However, right off the bat, it's a bit slower than ExpressVPN even on a server close to me. Nevertheless, I'm now connected to the VPN server in the United States, so let's go back and initiate the final speed test for today. Now, the situation is a lot different. Private Internet Access is clearly slower than ExpressVPN while using the US server, with a very noticeable PIA reduction and increase in latency. It's clear as day that ExpressVPN wins this round, further increasing the score to 4-0. Okay, so what about servers? Well, in this part of the PIA VPN versus ExpressVPN duel, I aim to tell you which VPN offers more of them. And you won't believe me, but that's Private Internet Access. You know that ExpressVPN has 3,000 servers in 94 countries and 160 locations globally, right? If you didn't know, now you do. Namely, up until recently, PIA VPN had around the same number of servers, which is already pretty impressive. However, the VPN removed its server number from the website, and we know that it has servers in 78 countries. That's great. But when I contacted customer support, I asked them for the exact number of servers, and they wouldn't give me a proper response, saying what I already said in this analysis. But through my sources, I found out that PIA VPN has, and pay attention now, 29,000 servers, which is crazy, given that this is basically ExpressVPN server count times 10. I honestly don't know if that's true, but having in mind that many reviewers online state this number, let it be true until proven otherwise. So yeah, PIA VPN snatches its first win in this comparison, lowering the score to 4-1 for ExpressVPN. When it comes to customer support, I think that both VPNs do a phenomenal job. Both of them have 24/7 live chat support that's very quick to respond. If I'm being honest, surprisingly quick. Apart from live chat support, both ExpressVPN and PIA VPN offer email support, which I found faster to respond on ExpressVPN than on Private Internet Access. I like ExpressVPN's knowledge-based tutorials and FAQ sections more, because they are more comprehensive and written in a more easy-to-read manner than those of PIA VPN. Furthermore, I like that both VPNs offer YouTube channels. ExpressVPN has more VPN-related guides than PIA, but it's not very active, albeit as of recently that's changed a lot. Overall, ExpressVPN leaves a better impression with this customer support for me, so I would say that it wins this round as well, making the score 5-1. Let me now talk about the pricing in this ExpressVPN versus PIA VPN comparison. As I said, ExpressVPN is the more expensive VPN. Its 1-year plan costs almost $7 a month with a 49% discount, where you also get 3 months free on top of that for the first year. ExpressVPN also gives you a 30-day money-back guarantee for this and any other subscription plan, so you can get a full refund in the first 30 days of your purchase with no specific conditions. Now, let's check out PIA. This VPN is insanely cheap, and at the time of making this video, its best deal is a 3-year plan and 3 months free on top of that, at basically half of the price of ExpressVPN's annual plan. Not to mention a 30-day money-back guarantee as well, which is a huge plus for a VPN this cheap. I mean, you cannot beat PIA VPN's pricing. It's a lot cheaper than ExpressVPN, so if you're looking for a strictly cheap VPN and you don't care about the fact that ExpressVPN is better, well, this is a VPN for you. By the way, I left links to both of the VPNs in the description below, where you can claim ExpressVPN's 49% discount for the annual plan or get this cheapest price on Private Internet Access. Oh, I nearly forgot. Private Internet Access wins this round, obviously. Let's now end this ExpressVPN versus Private Internet Access analysis. The winner of this battle is ExpressVPN with the score of 5-2, which is a pretty easy win in most major departments. I mean, ExpressVPN offers better app support, faster speeds and better streaming capabilities and customer support, not to mention security and privacy, which is on a bit higher level in ExpressVPN. PIA VPN, although suffered a major loss, stood its ground in terms of security and ease of use, while easily winning in the pricing and servers round. The conclusion is that ExpressVPN is a better VPN overall, but it's also more expensive. PIA VPN is a decent VPN and is cheaper, but you also get a lot less when compared to ExpressVPN. And with that said, this was all for today's video. We hope you liked it, and if you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to our channel and stay with us because many more useful videos like this are coming on a daily basis. See you in the next video. Bye!